I am so excited. So, it is our third interview for Midweek Music Maelstrom, and today we've got the singer for Kill the Blonde. So, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, how are you guys doing? Kill the Blonde. Thank you for today. Thank you for having me.
By the way, great hoodie. I love
Thank you.
We're both like repping horror movies. Like I got a little Hellraiser going on.
Oh, nice. I actually got lucky. I found this at the the Walmart for like $5. So
really?
I couldn't let it go. So
why couldn't I have found that for $5? This one was like 25. I'm so disappointed now.
I usually go online and buy all my stuff, but you know, I don't know. It looks good. I have a little hat too, Freddy Krueger hat.
So tell me a little bit about the genre and how long you've been performing Kill the Blonde.
Well, I've been in bands for roughly about 3 years now. 3 years. 3 years around there.
Look, time stopped during quarantine. No one knows how long anything's been since.
So probably two. It was all right. If you wanted to like take out COVID, probably like 3 years. It's been good. As far as music, we're just a metal band who likes to have fun. We like to write things that make us happy, and obviously horror inspired, which is why I'm on the podcast today, which is awesome. I love that, and yeah, we don't really play by the rules.
Does horror play like a big theme in your music? Like, do you think there's any like horror core in there?
I wouldn't say it plays a big theme. I didn't start the band because of it. I've always liked horror. That's like my biggest passion besides music. And I just decided to add inspiration to horror in our music because it fit. And there's really not much anything else I can relate to besides that. So obviously a lot of our songs are, horror themed. Our lyrics aren't. They're still obviously like inspirational lyrics people can relate to, but as far as like theme wise, I like to keep it more of like the darker aspect of it. But no, horror isn't what made the band. I just always add it to it because if you love something, you're going to add what you like to it. You know what I mean? So
right. Yeah. So what were your influences when you were starting this band? Like what music really like drove you to find your sound?
A big one was Senses Fail. I love those guys. And it's funny because I didn't know what the band was. I always thought it was like do you want to be like a pop band, a pop punk band, a metal band, a deathcore band? So I'm like, you know what? Let's just take the bands that I like. So like Senses Fail was one, Yellow Card was one, Linkin Park was one, Motionless in White, Marilyn Manson, all those like different kinds of genres. And I decided to not necessarily make one genre, but like add everything. Especially with the new songs. I don't know if you heard our new song. And Anthem for the Freaks came out last Friday or 2 Fridays ago. Or no, it came out last month actually. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said 2 weeks ago.
Look, November just started. I don't know how we're getting to Thanksgiving next week.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy how to think even 2022 is around the corner. I feel old. But what I was saying was our new song, Anthem for the Freaks, that's our most like diverse song. It's more, new driven, new core, new metalcore, new metal type of genre. And that's what I grew up on. I grew up on a lot of Seven Dust, Linkin Park, Breaker Benjamin, all those bands like that. So if you listen to our EP compared to our new stuff, it's very, very, very different. But we still do have that horror aspect into it. I just think it's more mature, if that makes any sense.
No, it does.
So
how did you decide, okay, I'm going to form this band and, I'm going to be like a frontman? What directed the choices that you made?
Honestly, I didn't really expect Kill the Blonde to be a thing. I kind of just did it for fun. Like all the songs I had in the EP were just songs I've had for years in my head, and I had no way to put them. Every band I'd been in just didn't work out, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to use these songs for this band. So like, what am I gonna do? So the first song that we ever released as a band was "Want Me Dead" off our EP, and right then and there, my producer was like, "Yeah, like make this a thing." So I think I got fortunate because "Want Me Dead" was the first song we did, and it kind of solidified what I wanted to be as Kill the Blonde. I still was doing it as an outlet, nothing serious. And then I just saw the crazy amount of like support and positive feedback that the song got, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I should make this a real thing. And then the favorite song you were talking about that you listened to, "If Only You Knew," our highest streaming song to date, which is wild to me because that was like, I didn't even put any thought into that song, honestly.
It's good. Like when I was taking a shower before I hopped on the computer doing these interviews, that's what was playing.
Yeah,
I
thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Where did the name Kill the Blonde come from?
Honestly, there was really nothing behind it. I just thought it was cheeky humor. You know, it's something funny like back in the day where like there's like, you know, those bands like From First to Last, like those like really weird names. I don't know. I just want to be different. I didn't have a name, and that name kind of stuck with me. It's actually funny because Starbucks is they have blonde coffee, which I'm sure you're familiar with, and they used to.
I buy the hell out of their blonde coffee. The Veranda blend is like one of my favorite coffees.
I love coffee. I'm a coffee. I'm trying to open up my own coffee shop. Kill the coffee. We'll see. So we used to. They used to kill the blonde after a certain time. So Kill the Blonde. That's where it came in. It was kind of like that, like lingo. It was a mixture of that and a mixture of like funny, and it worked. It stuck. People stick with it, and I didn't think it was a good name at first. I thought it was stupid, but everyone's like, "Yo, that's a weird name." It's like it's catchy though. It works. So I'm like, all right. So what I could do with it, and Kill the Blonde came to be.
I have to agree. So we talked about your musical influences, but like, what are some bands that you listen to that are like completely different from the type of music that you put out?
Good question. Because I don't listen. If anything, I don't listen to rock. If we're going that route, I used to listen to a lot of like. I grew up on a lot of rap, like old school rap. Like I'm on like old Cypress Hill, like Dr. Dre, Eminem. And then I got into like more of like AFI is one of my favorite bands of all time. I used to love like back in the day when I was like, I think like 8 or 10, I went to Warped Tour for the first time ever in 2006. Wow. And I got into bands like Anti-Flag, AFI, Green Day. Like that was the kind of music that I grew up on listening to. So I was like a punk head, hardcore punk. And I saw AFI like 7 times. And yeah, they were probably the biggest band that it got me into the music I am into now. As far like that's not including metal, but they're one band that I take heavy inspiration from. And if it's not metal, it's a lot of rap. It's a lot of, I hate to say it, I do like country. I like everything, honestly.
Okay, I can vibe with that because I said in a previous interview how my music taste is so eclectic. Like my playlists are obnoxious because nothing goes together. On any given playlist of mine, you can find David Bowie, Ministry, Dean Martin, Johnny Cash, Cher, then it goes to like Rotting Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's nothing really goes together.
Yeah. That's with me. It's like I have a playlist. I have like a heavy playlist, and I have a soft playlist where it's like I have artists like who is it? I have like Wham on there. I have like just like the most weird music that's like way older than both of us, I'm assuming.
Oh my God. Like one of the first artists that I got into growing up, David Bowie and Iggy Pop. And
Iggy Pop, that was another one too.
Bowie's gone. Iggy looks as old as he is, if not older. Like
Ozzy's a big one too. I'm surprised Ozzy's still kicking. I mean,
so I've done a few interviews, and one we were actually discussing this. So I have some theories. People like Ozzy, Keith Richards, Jagger, they've done so many drugs that they're preserved and mummified on the inside. Now the difference is like Jagger moves his hips on stage better than I can. And I'm like 60 years younger than him. All right, that's an exaggeration, but still. And the theory is that it's because Sharon is sucking Ozzy's life force. That's the conspiracy theory. I don't know. But yeah, like I don't know what I'm going to do when like the older music artists, Iggy and Ozzy, when they go, I don't want to know. I lost my shit when David Bowie died.
It's funny you say that because those drugs are keeping them alive. Like, that's the only thing keeping them alive at this point. And I'm surprised. I mean, hopefully, you know, Ozzy has a few years left in him, but I mean, getting to his age, I'd be lucky if I was at his age where he is right now. So,
like, have you seen the way Mick Jagger performs on stage?
I haven't seen a live video of him.
He moves so well. He dances and he twirls and he's got that like pizzazz. And I'm just like, how? You're in your 70s, dude. I can't move that well. So it is interesting to see like where artists go as they age. Like, can you imagine like going to like a Senses Fail concert and the guys can't move anymore? Like it's just creaking noises.
That'll be me. I literally wake up every day at like I had like back issues. I can't even like wake up without my neck hurting me. Like I'm having like neck issues like all day today. It's killing me. My back is like, you know, out of place. It's just I swear to God, I'm like a young dude in like a 50-year-old body. It's crazy. I swear to God, I think I'm like a mummy inside.
I make that joke all the time, but it's true. I have really bad neck issues and I have like a bad knee. And my boyfriend's even worse. He's got like scoliosis and everything else. So we're just a bunch of like crooked twigs that walk around.
Yeah, totally. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Just like if I'm on stage one day trying to sing, I'm just like, ugh. All right, guys. Well, I can't move the song, so like you guys know what the song is. So just please sing it at the end.
So, what has been like the weirdest or like the coolest experience that has happened to you while performing a live show?
Crowd control, I think.
Crowd control.
When we booked our first show, I think 2 months into being a band, which is wild. Because, you know, most bands wouldn't think of booking a show that quickly, especially, you know, rehearsing. But knowing me, I want to do everything quick. And I'm a perfectionist, so I'll get things done quick, and you know, whatever. We'll basically, I don't want to say fake it till you make it, but we worked, you know, we busted our asses in the first show, and it was a headliner, which is wild too.
2 months as a band, and you were headlining.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm not trying to, you know, modest, but you know, crowd control is a big thing. I think, you know, and I'm a very shy and quiet guy. I'm very to myself when I'm not on stage. So like when the crowd actually listens to like what I say, it's cool. You know, it's humbling to have a whole crowd literally do what you do, you know, and that's a really cool feeling. You know, that's an awesome feeling when, you know, people know your songs, people take the mic from you singing your songs, and, you know, you tell someone to like go left to right. It's really, really cool. And it's something you have to experience to really feel. So.
Oh, I'd imagine so. So what would you say like was the best part of realizing that your song had gotten so many streams? Like, how did that feel and when did it really hit?
It felt unreal. I honestly thought it was fake. I first thought someone was pulling a prank on me. Like, oh my God, someone's actually like buying our stuff to make us look bad. You know, that's just what I thought at first. And after I found that it was like legit, it felt good. It felt good to know that, all right, well, people could actually relate to songs that I didn't think I would never dream of writing a song like that, you know? And again, when I wrote that whole EP, that wasn't really for anyone else but me to get out. It was like, hey, these songs are stuck in my head. Let me just get them out, you know? And the fact that people caught on to them is great. It's a really good feeling. And even these new songs are really, 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 really good too, because we're getting our older fans are appreciating it, and then and we have newer people liking it too. So again, it just feels unreal. It seems like it's not meant to happen, but it does, and it's cool. And you just got to stay humble, and that's what I'm trying to do.
So what's the process of your songwriting like?
To be honest, it's not really orthodox. I usually, I have my acoustic guitar. I just usually write a lyric, or I jam a chorus, and I'll record that chord progression on my phone for a little bit, and then come up with some lyrics for the chorus. And then again, I'm in Florida, so the rest of the band's in New York, so it's a bit further. So one of my primary writers, who works with me heavily, I send him in everything, and we just kind of go off that, like, oh, this is a cool idea. We just kind of write it. As far as lyrics come last, I don't write lyrics first. I don't like to. I like to write. I like to get the vibe of the song first, like whether it's a darker song or like a more angelic song, and then lyrics come in after. That's what I usually do.
Okay, wow. So what kind of issues or difficulties, what are the challenges that come with having a band that's over in New York?
It wasn't really an issue before, because the band, I mostly did everything anyway, I did a lot of the stuff regarding band stuff a lot. I actually think it's easier now because, again, shows aren't happening anytime soon, especially because of COVID. So that eliminates one thing. And then also, it's 2021. So we could always Skype call and write stuff on the phone. We could always meet up if we need to. So I don't think it's that hard. It's harder when you constantly have to do something, but I don't think it's as hard as I thought it would be, solely because I have one of the best teams and most dedicated people to help. So as long as those two factors are in line, it shouldn't be hard. It'd be different if I was all the way over here and then I had someone in New York where they're not as serious about it. But I have an amazing team. I have an amazing crew and everyone who's awesome, and it doesn't really make it hard. It's kind of cool. And again, I could always fly down for a week or 2 weeks or whatever and do stuff. So it's nothing too hard.
Are there any tours or shows planned for the future?
No, not that I know of. I'm not really focusing on shows and tours, only because I want to really hone these new songs. I really want to get these new songs perfect. And I really want to get our new phase, as you can say, done and, out before I focus on tours and shows and also do that. Because we don't have it's only me and my guitar player in New York. So I would have to find obviously a lineup, which wouldn't be hard, but due to COVID too, there's a lot of restrictions, and I don't really think shows would be feasible. There are going to be shows and tours, but nothing lined up yet. And if there are shows, hopefully a Florida show. I just moved here too, so I still got to find the scene. But
okay, so sorry, I thought I was going to spill my coffee. I lost my.
I need a coffee.
I have a really wobbly desk, so when I bumped it, I thought my coffee was going to spill, and I'm like, no, not on my laptop. So with you having, no tours or anything planned and wanting to find your new phase of sound, does that mean that we're going to be expecting new music?
Yeah. If you've been following the social media, you'll know that there's a brand new song coming out. Whenever this podcast or whenever this comes out, expect the song soon.
Is there going to be an EP or?
No, I'm not really focusing on EPs. It's just going to be songs, music videos. We have a lot of content lined up. We have a lot of remixes. We have a lot of acoustics.
Great. So if someone wants to find your music, any upcoming videos, where can I send them?
YouTube, Facebook. I don't really use Twitter a lot, but
I don't
Instagram
either.
is. I don't know. Twitter's just a cesspool. I just try to stay away from that. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, the whole nine. Yeah. Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer,
All
everything
right,
that
I'll make
has
sure to link some
calls.
people to your stuff. I really love the stuff that I've heard, so I really
Thank
hope
you.
that I get to see the new stuff you crank out.
Yeah, thank you. And luckily, you know, we are following each other, so you will be. I can't talk today. I'm sorry. You'll
That's
be the
okay.
first to hear it too. So, but we have some cool stuff coming out. So.
Yeah, this is my 5th interview today, so I'm really tongue-tied.
I'm just tired. I can't never talk, so I just
Coffee.
don't. I'm gonna probably make a coffee run after this, but there's a storm outside, so yay.
No, you should really try Catfight Coffee. So I do a
What?
lot of promo for that company. Catfight Coffee is owned by AC Slade. He's in Misfit, Dope. He's toured with Joan Jett.
Dope.
And Murder Dolls is my personal favorite band of his. I love Murder Dolls. He was in Trash Light Vision ages ago. So oh, let me show you what I made.
Oh boy.
This is the Catfight Coffee logo.
No way.
And I take this with me to vending events. And the cool thing about it is his teeth come off. They're detachable fangs. And on the back, you can find all of AC's social media, his Patreon info, and everything. So when I take this with me to the event, people just come and they yank off fangs.
That's kind of cool. That's actually really cool. I might do something like that.
Well, it sucked to make. Let me tell you, foam board, which his head's made out of. This is all like construction paper, but the actual foam board, it sucks up paint. And it took so many layers to get this to stick. It was the most obnoxious thing. It took us like 3 days to make.
Damn.
But his
it came out nice though. So.
Really good. He's got an Alice Cooper blend. He's got a Night of the Living Dead blend. Like, you should definitely check it out. It's some good stuff.
Just gonna kill the blonde blend. Dope.
Kill the blonde roast. I like it.
I could actually get rich off that. We'll see.
So I had found you through, I think when we talked, it was the Convicted Printing. Right. Yeah. So do you have any merch?
Yeah. I'm running out. I do have merch. We do have a couple. I have to print more. Expect more merch coming, like brand new designs, probably in the next few months, because new song, new everything.
Of course.
But we have merch. We have CDs. We had hats. We had stuff, but you know, COVID happened, show stopped, so I just kind of stopped making them. But it's hard doing that when you're doing it all by yourself. So I do have merch with it.
Wow. So, just let me know where I can find merch. I'll make sure that I send people there. That's going to be really cool. I'm excited. God, thank you so much for giving me your time and agreeing to do this interview.
Yeah, thank you for reaching out. It's a pleasure.
Well, maybe we'll have you back on Midweek Music Maelstrom soon.
Yeah,
I'm super stoked. Yeah. This is going to be video number 3 going up. So it's probably going to show up on Tuesday on the YouTube channel. I'll probably post a little clip before then so people know what to expect. So you can find Kill the Blonde on Spotify, Apple. I'll send a link in the description. Everyone, definitely go listen to their music. I love what I've heard so far, and I'm pretty sure that you will too. So let's support local bands. Let's discover new music. And we'll see you next time for Midweek Music Maelstrom.